We have a game against Crystal Palace tomorrow at 12:30 UK time. Chelsea versus Crystal Palace, but yet all I can think about is transfer deadline day. Can this window close? Hudson, I want you to stay, please. Welcome to the Gafgazu, and today's video is a worrying one. And at the same time, it's an optimistic one. Callum Hudson-Odoi is linked away from the club once again. There's a concrete offer apparently on the table. I am shook. We're going to cover that. A certain somebody is fit again. Yes. And you get the press conference from Frank Lampard and my predicted team for tomorrow's game all in one video. How great is that? You're definitely going to stay around. Let's go. So for all of that, all I ask for is something simple. One like from each one of you watching. So if I get 1,000 views, you're the mathematician, 1,000 likes. You know the drill, okay? Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. It really helps. Honestly, if you made it this far, just help a brother out, please. But let's get on with the video. Let's start with the Callum Hudson-Odoi news. This news can go away, alright? Listen, I've had enough of you. I don't want Callum Hudson-Odoi to leave, but it is looking more and more likely that something could potentially happen. Alright, let me tell you the 411. Big Callum Hudson-Odoi is unsettled. And why wouldn't he be? Let's be honest about it, alright? Mason Mount is ahead of him. Havertz is ahead of him. Pulisic and Ziyech are ahead of him. Who else is ahead of him? Werner's ahead of him. People that don't even play the position are ahead of him. The tea lady is ahead of him, apparently, alright? So he's frustrated and he's like, listen, if I'm not wanted, let me go to Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich, they're like, yes, come please. Berlin is ready for you, my friend. Alright? So, they're interested in signing him on a loan deal with an obligation to buy at the end of the year. Chelsea don't want to do it. I don't know how Callum feels. There's no report saying how Callum feels about the whole situation. All we know is Callum hired a personal trainer and he's been balling out since, alright? This guy's been getting himself into shape. He's been adamant that he wants to be a starter at Chelsea, and yet Mason Mount starts ahead of him. That would annoy everybody. So that's the news so far. Personally, this is my view. Callum Hudson-Odoi is going nowhere. There is no way, with the transfer window looming on Monday, we're going to be left with nobody. Unless we sign Said Ben Rahman, then I can see Hudson-Odoi go. But there is no way Frank would have two wingers, two out-and-out wingers, and one of them being Christian Pulisic with his injury record at the club. No chance. I guarantee you right now, someone will be coming in if Callum leaves. And I don't see it happening. I really don't. Chelsea would be stupid to do it. The press conference started off with a bang. Alright, so Frank gets asked, big man Frank, who's going on loan? And he's saying the whole cliche, look, we got a big squad, players will have to go, it depends, we need to... He's not saying much. Basically, he's not saying much. That's exactly what Frank does, innit? He blabbers. He literally said nothing. He said, some players will go, some players will stay, I've got a big squad. Nonsense. Waste of a question. Antonio Rudiger question. Ducked it again. Didn't give a definitive answer. And I don't blame him on this one. He can't neglect him to the point where he says, yeah, I think he needs to go. Because he might have to turn to him one day. Because the likelihood is there's no deal set in concrete for Rudiger. So, he avoided the question. Until this point, Rudiger's still a Chelsea player, unfortunately. Captain America is back. Frank confirmed it. He's not going to start, but he's going to be in the squad. In the squad means potentially on the bench, which means a good cameo en route, alright? But Hakim Ziyech, unfortunately, is not available. And you know what? I wouldn't risk him anyway. I would literally just wait till after the international break. Let him come back, fit and firing to go. Hopefully he doesn't go on international break. But it's looking likely, that Christian Pulisic will be making an appearance tomorrow's game. This absolutely infuriated me. Frank wants to say that centre-backs starting games together on a consistent basis is rare and it's not what big teams do. Nonsense. John Terry and Carvalho did it for ages. John Terry and Gary Cahill did it for ages. These lot all do it. Good, successful teams have successful partnerships, whether you like it or not, alright? Look at it this way. PK and Puyol, remember that? PK and Mascherano, remember that? Huh? Van Dijk and Gomez, remember that? Good teams. Rio and Vidic, remember that? Listen, I've had enough of this nonsense. Pick two and play them. Let them build a relationship. I want a consistent back four. Stop chopping and changing. This ain't a chopping board, bruv. You're not a chef. You're a football manager. Finally, there was a little bit of beef between Jose and Frank. And Frank, bruh, you know what? Frank is a big dog out here, you know? Firing shots at Klopp, firing shots at Jose. Jose tried to sackle him, and at the end of the game, he still made a good statement that said, we made Chelsea look ordinary. Big man, you didn't make no one look ordinary. We are ordinary, alright? It's simple as that. But I kind of like it from Frank. I'm not going to lie to you, alright? Frank beefing everyone makes me happy. Like, it shows we got a manager that cares. He's a winner. Like, as a player, he was a winner. So hopefully this can translate to being as a manager. You know I have my reservations, but I want to be proven wrong. Lineup tomorrow is going to be an interesting one because we're playing Crystal Palace, right? Crystal Palace are the anti-Chelsea. Literally, they are designed to beat us. And I'm worried. I'm not going to lie to you. So the lineup goes as this. Let's go. Number one, our goalkeeper is going to be the big man himself, Mendy. Mendy is going to play his second game. Hopefully, he is courageous and he comes for crosses and continues to punch the ball well the way he did. It feels weird to have a decent keeper behind the sticks. I'm not going to lie to you. I think a lot of us exaggerate this performance against Spurs because we just miss having a competent keeper. It's as simple as that. I'm not going to lie to you. Reece James is going to go in right back. Right back is a position that I think has been pretty good this year for us. Reece has been consistent. Reece has been a unit in going forward, and defensively he's not been poor. He made one mistake last week against West Brom, but I don't think Azpilicueta did enough to take the position off him. So Reece in goal, right back. Thiago Silva will return. Thiago Silva will return to the defense, and he will be partnered by, in my opinion, Kurt Zouma. I think Zuma's going to get the nod. Zuma's the defender that I think Frank will want to partner with Thiago Silva. I think the French-speaking dynamic will help. More importantly, I think Zuma's attributes benefit Thiago Silva's weaknesses at this current stage of his career. So I'm looking forward to seeing what is going to be made of in that backline. Ben Chilwell is going to be our left back. Ben Chilwell played 2 games now, right? So he played against Barnsley, got a good 30 minutes. Played against Spurs, he got a good half an hour. So for me, I think it's important that he gets more minutes now. Maybe an 80-minute cameo, right? Let him play. I think it is a difficult game to come into because Andros Townsend is a nippy one, and I think AU and Zaha drift into the wings. They're going to cause him a lot of problems, but I think he can handle it. He's a big boy, he can handle himself. Chilwell is. I think in defensive midfield, we're going to have N'Golo Kante. N'Golo Kante will move back to the pivot because we're going to play a 4-2-3-1. I think he will be our defensive midfielder on the left-hand side. I think the guy that's going to partner him is going to be Mateo Kovacic. Kovacic is an interesting one. Kovacic is a player that, in my opinion, when things are going well, Kovacic is perfect to have around. But I think when things are going bad, Kovacic is a terrible player to have around because he just doesn't offer a goal threat. He doesn't offer assists. He can reduce pressure on the ball, but sometimes he does too much. Sometimes it's like, yo, Kovacic is not everyday freestyle, bruv. Just release the ball. So I think Kovacic will be partnering Kante in that pivot role. I think number 10 is going to be Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz is going to play. And Kai Havertz is going to start in the 10 role. I think it's important that Kai has another good game. I think the more numbers he gets on the board in productivity, the less pressure that's going to be on him. Kai is a phenomenal player. You can already see the attributes that he possesses. And I think he will be integral to anything positive we do tomorrow. Frank is not going to drop his son. Look, Mason Mount is going to play. Mason Mount has a point to prove now, and Mason Mount will come out with a bang. Don't be surprised if he has a great game. He's going to attack Mitchell, and he's going to cause a lot of problems for Mitchell, in my opinion. Mitchell is a good left back, but he's young and inexperienced, and I think Mason Mount with a point to prove is a dangerous weapon, all right? Mason Mount will play on the right wing. On the left-hand side, I think Timo Werner again will play on the left. And I don't like this. I'd prefer Werner through the middle. But I think Werner's going to start on the left. And I think he's going to have an influential game. Personally, I think he could score. He possesses all the attributes to get started and score goals in the Premier League. I just think he needs to go on a run. The goal against Spurs, good confidence booster, I think is going to be very important. Heck of a lot important that he already got off the mark. So yeah, I think Werner on the left. I think the number 9 is going to be Tammy Abraham. As much as I don't want it to be Tammy Abraham, I want it to be Olivier Giroud. I believe he's going to go with Tammy. I think Tammy's already got 2 goals this year, so all in all, I just feel like Frank will feel that he's earned it. I personally don't think he has. I don't think his performance against West Brom was good enough to earn more minutes from the start. I think his goal was lucky, a good movement to get it and just deflected in his way, but I don't think his all-round performance was good, so I personally wouldn't start him. I would have go for the Giroud, but it is what it is, so I think Tammy will be top. When it comes to predicting a result, I'm going to be super optimistic. I'm going to say 3-1 Chelsea. I think we're going to make it a hash of it because it's going to be a difficult game, but I think we'll get the result. All in all, yeah, I'm interested. It's going to be a good game. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Tell me what your prediction is. And more importantly, hit the like and subscribe button to the channel. Peace out for the match review tomorrow. See you then. Bye.